Welcome back to Primetime News. Thanks for staying with us. Resilient pharmaceutical systems and supply chains are critical in the control of COVID-19. In this week's edition of the Business Review, in honor of World Pharmacy Day on Saturday, we visited a pharmaceutical distribution company that's achieving tremendous growth as it works tirelessly during the pandemic.
For over 9 years, R.A. Williams Pharmaceutical Distributors Limited has been providing pharmaceutical products and services. A family-operated business headed by registered pharmacist Audley Reed, who is the Chief Executive Officer, and his sister, Chief Operating Officer, Jewel Reed. It all started when their mother opened a retail pharmacy in Chapelton, Clarendon in 2006.
While serving the community there, it is a largely farming community. We realized that despite the fact that the pharmacy had stocked mainly generic products, persons still had a difficulty affording generic drugs.
But when that business closed down, the brother and sister duo went on to pursue a degree in pharmaceutical sciences. Midway through their studies, they decided to restart the business in 2012, despite doubts from their mother, who insisted they complete school first. But Mr. Reed was adamant the time was right.
There was an opportunity, a unique opportunity. A particular product that was in high demand was out at the time and not available on the market. And we had successfully registered the generic alternative to it. So I insisted on them that we should not miss this opportunity. So we looked at whatever we could find in our individual accounts. And we had to negotiate with the supplier, the initial supplier at the time.
Since then, it has seen a rapid expansion.
So far, this year compared to last year, for the first quarter, I think we're realizing somewhere about a 70% increase in revenues over the first year of the pandemic.
And although the company has remained profitable throughout the pandemic, there have been pressuring moments. It had to combat international lockdowns to ensure it had adequate supplies and drugs that were relevant to the treatment of COVID-19.
Initially, there was talk about the use of hydroxychloroquine in the treatment of COVID-19. We responded, I thought, very well to that. So we had consistent supplies right throughout the pandemic. We also supplied the government with the much-needed steroid dexamethasone as an anti-inflammatory used to treat inflammation, respiratory inflammation, a lot in these patients.
But COVID-19 supplies only takes up about 10% of their sales, a competitive industry. But Mr. Reed believes there's room for everyone in a world with continuous emerging diseases and therapies which will require new and different treatments. Currently, Jamaica has over 400 registered pharmacies and counting. R.A. Williams Pharmaceutical Distributors Limited supplies to all registered pharmacies across the island. The company is now positioning itself to become the pharmaceutical powerhouse for the region, as well as expand its product portfolio and its warehouse space. Cody Ann Barrett, TVJ News.